I had good systems before, but starting up, but this just kind of really tweaked it and took it to a new level. I have 3 referrals from people that I have worked with already. Everyone that I've worked with in the leasing space have been really appreciative of my help. I've met some really wonderful clients that way. Actually, some of them are looking to buy.
Hey Heather, so I know you've been in my program, Rich with Rentals, for a couple months now. You're one of the first people to join, and I know you're in Canada, you're in a different country, and you're doing this part-time. So I just had a couple questions for you and wanted to hear your experiences so far working with rentals from my program. So far, how many deals have you done?
So far, I think I'm up to about 9 or 10 lease listings. And I'm kind of doing this part-time. I have another job that I do work part-time. So working on this and trying to build up to moving full-time. And yeah, it's been great.
Wow, that's incredible. So you've done about 9 or 10 deals, and I think it's been about 2 months or so. I think you probably joined mid-November, give or take, almost about 5 deals every single month, and you're doing this part-time. So how many hours are you devoting to real estate compared to your normal job?
So I'm trying to dedicate 3 days a week to my real estate business and then 2 other days a week. But I also end up working on the weekends too. So a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's about 3 days I'm doing consistently per week.
So that's probably only what, 20 hours a week, and you're closing 5 deals a month. Is that probably accurate?
Yeah, but yeah, your program has been awesome. The systems that you have in place are fantastic. I just love how you organize everything, how you pull the scripts together. So that's kind of really, I'm a systems and organization type person. So I found that really valuable, and thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. So what did you particularly like about the system since you're very organized? I'm very organized, obviously. What really stuck out to you?
I know that you mentioned that you use like Google Keep or Google Meet notes to kind of organize your text messages and what you're saying, kind of the flow of things when you're dealing with clients. So I found that really helpful. And then you can have that with you, right? So it's a living document. You can update it, move it around. You've got it with you. You don't need to log into a computer. So that was just a fantastic tip that I've implemented.
And you probably did the clipboards as well. Have you gotten into clipboards yet?
Yes. I'm on an iPhone, so we're a little bit different than Android, but I've got that system in place now too.
Doing all of these new systems, did it really like speed up your processes and make things way more efficient for you?
Yes, I am an organizational person, so I love efficiencies. Anything I can do to implement to make my systems run smoother, more efficient. And yes, this definitely helped with that. So I had good systems before, but starting up, but this just kind of really tweaked it and took it to a new level.
That's incredible. And I'm just curious. So, how much typically are you getting per rental deal that you do in Canada? Because I think you're in Toronto area.
Yeah, so I'm in the Toronto area. I was born and raised in Toronto. I mean, if you're looking downtown Toronto, you can get a 2-bedroom condo for 2,800. Up in where I am, townhouses will go for maybe 3,400. There's a lot of properties that are a little bit more expensive, but I'm kind of focused between the 2,500 and 3,500 ballpark.
So it would probably be safe to say because you get half a month's rent commission, correct?
Yes.
And let's just say your average is 3,000, right? That right in the middle of 2,500 and 3,500. So on average, you'd be getting about 1,500 per deal.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So if you do what we've done, 5 deals in a month, that's about $7,500 in commission, give or take.
Yep. Yep.
Wow,
That's about right.
that's pretty good. And have you started doing the transaction fee yet? Because I know, it might take a little time to start charging that 300 transaction fee. Have you started doing that on top of it?
I haven't implemented that just yet. It's actually interesting because when I started working with some renters, they didn't realize that they could work with a realtor. So a lot of them were kind of like, oh, I didn't know that I could have a realtor work with me. And they're like, well, how much do you charge? And typically up here, the seller or the landlord will pay the commission, and then the buyer's agent or the tenant rep gets paid out of that. So they didn't really realize that upfront there's no fee that they have to pay. So adding a little bit of a transaction fee for a couple $100 would definitely be something that they probably wouldn't mind paying.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you close more deals, you'll feel more confident to ask them for it. And typically, if you do a good job, they don't mind because it's like a tip at, if you go to a restaurant and you charge let's say a 20% tip on your bill, that would be a lot. But for us, if we charge a $300 fee on, let's say, a $9,000 transaction, because, first, last, and security, that's only a very small percentage. So they typically don't mind and they're kind of like rewarding you for your good work.
Yeah, yeah. And I like working with clients from all over the place. So I know there are quite a few realtors that do not work rentals, and I like to work with everybody. And everyone that I've worked with in the leasing space or finding them a rental have been really appreciative of my help. And I've met some really wonderful clients that way. Actually, some of them are looking to buy in a couple of years. So I've just built some really great connections with people, and just helping them on their life's journey and get to where they want to be. So it's sort of the first step is them getting into a rental that they really love. So
Yeah, I love hearing that, talking about renters turning into buyers. So you're experiencing that. You've only done, 10 deals so far, and you're already experiencing renters turning into buyers. Imagine when you've done 100 deals. And I'm just curious too, on top of that, have you gotten any referrals, like, friends and family referrals from any of the renters you've worked with so far?
I have. So I think I have three referrals from people that I have worked with already. They have family that's also looking for a townhouse in my area. So I'll be helping out with that as well.
And why do you think they gave you a referral?
They were very happy with their service. So I did a great job finding them a place. We actually got it below the asking price, which was great. And yeah, so they were just really happy with the whole experience. It was sort of smooth sailing. Any problems that kind of came up, I just kind of make a point to deal with those and then just let them know, this was taken care of and these are the next steps. And yeah, everything went smoothly. I mean, there's always hiccups in real estate, but we try and kind of take care of those for our clients so they have a great experience.
Yeah, and I've noticed personally doing rentals, I've had less problems and less things that can go wrong. Like for a purchase transaction, either having a buyer or a seller, if you lose one of those deals, that could be catastrophic, but losing a rental deal, I just feel like there's less that can go wrong. So, I mean, have you even lost any rental deals yet?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I've lost any. There have been some situations where there was a tenant that just had a difficult time finding a place. And I ended up working with them, not on the MLS, but I found them a place that was actually an apartment building within their budget. And they were just really happy that, they weren't getting kicked out of their place and they found a place in time. So it was just trying to find those alternate solutions.
Yeah, I love that. That's incredible. So it sounds like you're absolutely crushing it. And yeah, thank you so much for talking to me today and have a good rest of your week.
All right. Thanks, Andy.
Awesome. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.